It's episode 121 of Unstuck, and today we're going over the 6 steps required for you to build your very own signature program. I've figured out these non-negotiable steps in my own experience over the past 5 years and 6 programs built. Now I'm sharing them with you, so stay tuned. I'm Shawn Mynar, and this is Unstuck, a space for heart-centered entrepreneurs to implement both the inner work and outer strategies required to get unstuck and build the impactful, profitable business of their dreams. No hustle, grind, or long hours required. Let's get into today's session. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the Unstuck podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Today is a special day. This episode is a special episode because I created something new and fun and exciting and informative and impactful for you. And I can't wait for you to get your hands on it. I've been working super hard behind the scenes to get this out to you, and it's ready, and we're going to talk about it later on. I'm teasing it a little bit because I want to get to the juiciness of this episode, and then we'll talk about that new special thing that I have out for you later on in the episode towards the end. Now, just quickly, you may be able to hear something in the background, and it is a plane. If you are unfamiliar with Colorado Springs, it has a lot of military bases around and in it. The Air Force Academy is very close by. And there is something going on today where they are constantly flying some very loud planes overhead. I've been waiting to do this episode to record it for like an hour, and I keep waiting so that these plane noises won't be happening during the episode, and they keep going, and I'm not going to wait any longer. So you're going to hear some planes in the background, and that's just how it's going to be. Just know that there's nothing crazy going on. They're obviously practicing something today. So no big deal. Let's get into the episode. What we're going to chat about today. I'm dedicating a whole entire episode to signature programs specifically, as you can tell by the title of this episode. And, let's just be honest. It's because of what I'm about to share with you, the special thing that I created for you. It's all because of that and kind of celebrating that. And you all probably know that I'm obsessed with signature programs. I've been talking about them a lot lately, both here on the podcast and on social media. I'm sure you knew this day was coming, but I want to make sure that you have all the tools, all the resources, all the information that you need to decide if having a signature program is something that you want to include in your business, maybe now, maybe in the future, maybe at some point. And maybe it's not even something you want to consider at all, but you can't decide that until you know more about it. So that's why I want to do this episode with you today. We're going to start, as always, with a quote. This one is from Wallace Wattles, and it says, "You already have everything within you to turn your dream into reality." You already have everything within you to turn your dream into reality. I wanted to use this quote specifically for this episode today, specifically as we're talking about signature programs, really for a few reasons. First of all, if you know my story, if you know the evolution of how my business has gone over the past 9 years now, how it started, how it's going now, and what happened in between, then you probably know that having my own signature program, that very first one, was the thing that turned my dream business into what is now my reality and has been ever since I launched that program 5 years ago. It was the thing. It was the conduit for everything I had been hoping for and imagining to come true by having my own business. It's the thing that led me to that. So that's the first thing. And the second reason, and probably the bigger reason, is because when I talk about signature programs to other entrepreneurs, one of the biggest or some of the biggest ego arguments I get or I hear is I don't have enough experience yet. I'm not enough of an expert. I haven't had any clients yet. These kinds of things that are putting up this wall against creating a signature program in someone's business because they feel like they're not enough yet. Like there's something more they need to qualify for having a signature program. They need to have a certain number of clients. They need to be in business a certain amount of days or weeks or months or years. They need to have some sort of acknowledgement that they are quote unquote an expert. And I want to use this quote from today to remind you of this. You already have a signature program inside of you that will help so many people. You do. You absolutely do. I can promise you that. You do not have to be an expert, quote unquote. I'm going to just know every time I'm saying expert, I'm using air quotes because I just think that word is often really misused and thought about in kind of a unnecessary way. I think actually an expert is super relative. So, and we all have different versions or different definitions of what an expert is. So I think, we could probably use a different word in so many cases, but we always go towards expert. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. You do not have to be an expert. You do not have to have a large audience or a certain number of followers or something like that. There is not a certain number of clients that you need to have had before you can create a program. These stories that you're telling yourself about why you are not capable, why you are not ready to have your own program are not true. If you are one step ahead of the people that you are looking to help, then you have a signature program within you. If you are one step ahead, if you know 10% more than the people you want to help do, you have a signature program. You have the ability to help a group of people get from their point A to their point B. And that is what a signature program is. That is what it does. It guides a group of people from where they are now with their problems, with their symptoms, with their things they want to figure out, to point B, which is them getting a resolution, understanding where they are at, understanding what they need to do, and feeling better and having that problem resolved or the symptoms resolved. That is what we're doing in these programs. With that being said, I hope that if you are someone who has had those thoughts, that maybe you are now reconsidering, and instead of just automatically shutting the door on this type of business component, you are now seeing or becoming a little bit more interested, becoming a little bit more inquisitive on if this really is something that you could do. And if you do have something like this already within you, if you are able to guide a group of people from point A to point B. Now, all that being said, let's go through the 6 steps that you need to do to make this happen. How do you actually build your very own signature program? What does it take? I have figured out these 6 steps because I've done them now 6 times over. I now have 6 signature programs that I have created over the past 5 years. This is what I go through every single time. Now, in the past, there have been a few things that I haven't done, and it's paid the price. I have paid the price. I have created a program that wasn't as successful, wasn't as desirable as it could be. And I'll kind of point that out as we go. So I just want you to know that I've done this from experience. I have created programs that were more successful than others, that were more desirable than others, more impactful than others, more financially successful, all that stuff. I've been through the spectrum, and I can tell you with certainty that all of this is a requirement. You cannot skip any of these steps. You cannot kind of maybe sort of do any of these steps. You need to commit to all of them. And I will tell you from the start that each one of these 6 steps are modules of the Signature Program Lab. So I'll tell you that right now. They are things that we do from head to toe, from start to finish, to make sure you're building the best program that you can build, the most successful program that you can build. The first step, dream it. Dream It is where we really just figure out, what am I even going to create a program about? What is the topic of my program? Who is going to be good for my program? What am I going to price it at? How am I going to achieve my income goals through this program? And is it even something that anybody wants? So we start with just a big old brain dump. Every single thing that you've ever possibly considered that you could teach someone else, that you could potentially put into a program, anything and everything. That is the only way that you can actually get out the topic of your program, is by brain dumping it all. That is where that signature program that is already inside of you can come out. So we start with dreaming it up, doing that brain dump. Within Signature Program Lab, there are 4 parts to the Dream It module. First of all, figuring out who you help, that dream client, and getting super, super, super specific with that person. It comes into play over and over and over and over again as we get more into the marketing and selling of the program. So really important to start from the very beginning by having that one person in mind that would be the dream person to go through your program. Then understanding how you help that person. This is where we get into the one topic that your program is going to be about. Yes, you can have a program that covers 8 topics, but we don't want that, because when you do that, then things start getting muddled and unclear, and you don't speak directly to the person that you want to help, and then you don't sell as well. The marketing becomes a lot harder. So you've got to narrow down your program to one topic, and we do that by dreaming it all up. The third piece to the Dream It puzzle is pricing it. Yes, from the very start, you need to consider the price of your program, not once it's already created, but now. This is how you can guarantee that what you want to come out of this program will actually happen in terms of your income goals, in terms of what you want your financials to look like, because you are including this program as a component of your business. You start here because then you can build a program with that price in mind. So you start with the price point from the beginning. And then the last component is to prove it. Before you go any further, before you put any more time, energy, effort into your program and creating this masterpiece, you have to know that people want it. You have to know that there is a market for that, and that there's enough people out there that want to go from this point A to point B, that want to have a program on this topic. Before you go any further, there are multiple ways to do this. I give all the options that you could want in Signature Program Lab, and you can kind of choose which one is best for you. You can go all the way to the point of having people purchase the program before you put any more effort into it, if that is something that works for your personality. And I talk about how to do that in Signature Program Lab. It's called Sell, Then Create. That is an option. But you don't have to go that route if that sounds stressful or not something you want to do. There are many other ways that you can prove your program before you put it out into the world. Let me tell you from personal experience, this is important. I have created programs that I knew people needed, but I didn't do the work first to make sure that people wanted it. And so put a ton of time and energy and effort into making this beautiful, amazing program. And then nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to have that transformation. And so it didn't do well. It happens. You've got to go through the process of proving your program first. Next step number 2 out of 6, is to map it. This is where you make sense out of your ideas. Everything that you just put down in this big brain dump you had in the Dream It section, now you are making sense out of it. You are pulling out the pieces that would work for this program. You're figuring out the flow. You're figuring out the modules, and really giving it a little bit of structure and bones to your program. You're setting up that foundation. this is also where you figure out what's included in your program. So once you find that flow, then you also have to determine how many modules will there be? How are you going to present those modules? Will there be a workbook? Will there be a live component? Will there be a community component? What are the ingredients of your program? And that all happens in the Map It module. We also spend time in Map It to create a framework for your program. This is what makes your program signature, which means unique to you. And it works so well to have and create your very own framework that immediately makes you stand out from the crowd, immediately makes it obvious to your program participants or your future program participants what's going to happen, how it's going to go. It gives this visual component that most people don't do, which means you stand out automatically just by taking the time to create a framework. And so we make sure to do that as well in the Map It section. Next up, step 3 is to design it. Before we get any deeper into creating this program, it really helps to go into it with a design, with the branding of your program, the logo, the name, the tagline, the colors, the fonts, the fun stuff. This is all the fun stuff that, again, will make your program stand out from the crowd. First of all, it also makes your program professional and unique or signature and really showcases the idea behind your program, the emotion behind your program, how you want your clients to experience that program. This is all really important. Branding is not something that can be overlooked in your business and in your program. So we take the time, a whole module, to work on designing your program. And then we get into step 4, which is build it. And this is the big one. This is the major step, which is to make that program come to life. Everything you just did, everything you just mapped out and just dreamed up and just designed now takes real shape. You're bringing everything together. So we use video lessons, audio lessons, written lessons, worksheets, journals, other PDFs, recipe guides, workout programs, whatever it is, whatever you've decided up in the Map It section to include in your program. Now, this is where you write it out, you draft it up, you write scripts if you're going to be doing video or audio components, and just get it all ready to go. Then you take the next step and actually do those videos, do those audios, write up those lessons, create and design those PDFs. And just like that, you have a program. Just like that, you have a program that is going to help so many people. Yes, this is a big step. This takes time. It takes real time to create a solid program, to really think about everything that you want to say and make sure you're including all of the lessons and tutorials and everything that you want your program participants to get out of this experience. But it is a very fun, a very cool step to see this all come to life. And what's even better and something to consider when you're in this build it stage is that, yes, it's a lot of work. Yeah, it takes some time. But what you're creating here is going to help so many people. And you're doing all the work on the front end. But in the future, as you continue to bring more people into your program, that many more people are going to go through this material that you're creating now over and over and over again, and you don't have to create it every single time. So you're doing all the work on the front end to have this ability to help people over and over and over again without any additional work from you. It's just a front-loaded, I guess, kind of situation. And then you reap the benefits over and over and over again. Your clients reap the benefits over and over and over again. And you can sit back and watch it all flow. That is why I love signature programs. Now, also included in the Build It section is, yes, drafting all of this up and writing all the material and doing the video and audio lessons, but then also building it out in your course platform where you are going to host this program. You cannot do it just with email and, just kind of roughing it and just throwing things together and just hoping it all works. You need a solid professional platform that is built to deliver professional, user-friendly programs. And that is what is included in this Build It section, is really building out that space, that online hub for your program participants. This is what sets you apart. This is what, even just this step, makes it so that you can actually charge a premium for your program because you have put it together in a very professional, user-friendly way that is super important. Not enough program creators are doing it, and they are struggling because you have to take this step seriously. As you can see, I get very passionate about it because I don't like it. I have been a part of so many of other people's online programs and courses, and some of them are done so well and they make you feel so good and they make you immediately feel like you got a good value out of that money you just invested. And then there are others that I have been a part of that I asked for my money back simply because of the user experience. It was so terrible. I didn't know. It just was bad. I don't want to go into it here. Maybe we can do a different episode about that because it's super important, but it's bad and it is not a good experience. It is not something that you want to put your name on, to not take the time to really make sure that you are creating the best possible experience for your participants. Again, something I take you through every step of the way in Signature Program Lab so that you know how to build a professional looking program on the back end, all the tutorials that you need to do that. So don't worry about that, but please do consider that. Keep that in mind if this is something you're going to do on your own. Do it the right way. The next step number 5, is offer it. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot go straight from, okay, I built this program, I have all this content in this place, it's ready for people. Hey people, I built this program. You should join, and expect people to join. You cannot do that. We have more steps to the process to get this program out into the world in a way that will be successful, in a way that will speak to the right people, and in a way that will sell out your programs instead of it being a flop. Like, you can build out the best program ever, but if you're not doing the next 2 steps that we're going to talk about, it will still flop. No one will know that you created a program for them and how amazing it is and how desperately they need it and the transformation that will happen because of it. None of that will be known, will be shown if you go straight from, okay, I built this program, to like, all right, I'm just going to tell some people here and there. I'm just going to post on social media and hope people read it. Maybe I'll send an email or 2 and then just hope that my program sells out. It's not how it works. This is where offer it, step 5, comes into play. We decide on the 5 ingredients of your offer for this amazing program of yours. 5 ingredients of an offer are: 1, the transformation. This is 90% of your offer. This is the messaging that you use to talk about your offer to the right people. This is how you present your offer out into the world, present your program, I guess I should say, out into the world. So we start with transformation, that point A to point B, and getting really, really clear on that, using the magnetic messaging to understand that and understand the right words and phrases and emotions to use to talk about our programs. The next ingredient to your offer is the journey. This is where we get to talk about what's included in the program, the journey that you're going to be taking people on, what they can expect, most people, when they put out a program, spend a lot of time talking about this stuff, when in reality, this is like less than 5% of the overall offer. You could not talk at all about like, oh, there's 5 modules and you get this workbook and there's this many video lessons. You could not talk about that at all and still sell out your program as long as you are talking about the transformation appropriately. That is the key here in the offer. But we do, because we can, and people do like to hear a little bit more about that journey and what they can expect when they're inside your program. The third ingredient to your offer is the price. This is where we showcase the investment to become a member of your program. And we do so in a way that showcases the value that the program participants are going to get by becoming a member of your program. So we can do so and showcase that price in a way that feels like, wow, yes, please. This is so great. This is absolutely what I need. Here's my money, basically. And then the fourth ingredient of an offer are your bonuses. And just to let you know, everything we've talked about in this offer it section all has to do with buyer behavior. If you are going to sell something, you need to understand the science of a buyer, the brain, the mind of a buyer, the mechanisms that happen to all of us as consumers. And this is what we do in Offer It. This is the components, everything that we need to consider when we are selling something. And bonuses are no exception. People love a good bonus. People love to get something for free. This is another way to really enhance the value of your program and, again, make it feel like a steal, like they're getting such a good deal, like this is an absolute must. Bonuses will do that. Every single one of us loves a good bonus, right? Loves getting free stuff. And your program participants are no exception. So we can include some bonuses, and there are all different ideas that can become a bonus where you don't have to do any extra work or anything like that. And you can decide what's best for you. And then the last component of an offer is the safety net. The safety net is, again, really thinking about buyer behavior and taking the risk away from your people that you want in your program. A lot of people feel like there's too much risk involved in making this decision, in becoming part of a program. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if it's not what I expected? What if it's a scam? What if this person really isn't a real person? These are things that people consider when they are making a purchase that is an online, non-tangible thing in a way. And so having a safety net allows you to take away that risk. So there is no feeling of uncertainty when it comes to making the decision to purchase your program. So as you can see, there is a lot more to consider before you just go, okay, I built this thing, you want in? This is not what we do. This is not what will create a sellout program. Offering it is all about the marketing. And then we get into step 6, which is launching. And this is where we take that marketing, we take that irresistible offer you just created, and we sell it. We put it out into the world. We talk about it. We get excited about it. And we get our future program participants excited about it. Launching your program is not hard. It is not complicated, but it does require a strategy. It does require some planning and preparing. And when you do this, it makes it fun. It makes it simple. And it makes it successful because you've taken the time to really think about it. Again, something that a lot of program creators don't do, and they don't see the success that they were hoping for because they didn't take the time to create a launch strategy and to actually fulfill on that strategy. So we do all of that in Signature Program Lab. I give you every single tool I have ever used in my own business to have a successful launches in all of my programs. you have them. You have access to my spreadsheets, my emails, my webinar sequences, everything. So this is taking a lot of the pressure off of you to figure it out because I've done the work for you, but you still have to do it. And it comes down to these questions. How are you going to let people know about your program? You have to really think about that. It is not enough because of buyer behavior. It is not enough to post about it on social media here and there, send an email every once in a while, tell a few people, and expect things to happen. So really, truly, how are you going to let people know about your program? How are you going to get people interested? Take the time to really sit down and think about that and create a plan, prepare in advance. And this is another great place to really see where when you have a program, yes, you'll be doing a little bit of front end work, but then it reaps the rewards over and over and over again for that front end work. Because with your launch planning and strategy session, once you've done all of that, once you've created and written the emails and created and written the webinar and created and designed the Instagram posts and all of these things, once you've done that once, it's done. And you can continue to launch over and over and over again for years to come with pretty much the same content. Yes, you'll do a little tweaking. You'll figure out what worked and what didn't. There will be a little bit of planning and work for future launches, but at like 1/10 of what you would be doing in this first launch. But you really do need the strategy. You need the planning. You need the tips and the tools and all of the stuff that I've provided for you in Signature Program Lab to get started that first time. And then it will continue to roll without any extra major work from you for years to come, which is, again, why I love signature programs. Those are the 6 steps. Let me review them again quickly. Dream it, map it, design it, build it, offer it, and launching it. And that is what happens over and over and over again. No matter how many programs you create, the rules all still apply to every single program. So you can be like me and just continue to create programs every year because it's fun and because it creates a new revenue stream for you. You get to work with new and different people. You get to help with different things. It's just the best business model ever, in my opinion. Now, let's get to that special thing that I created for you. It is a free masterclass all about the 5 secrets to creating a signature program that sells out so you can help more people, have more free time, and make more money. The 3 things I think most of you listening right now want: more impact, more freedom, and more money. Am I right? This new masterclass is now live and officially ready for you to claim your seat. You will walk away with the 5 secrets that are required to actually sell out your program. So because of this episode, you now know the 6 steps to building your program and getting it out into the world. And now you can learn the 5 things that you need to actually make it stand out and make it sell. So you'll have everything you need to have a successful program by the end of this masterclass. The 5 secrets that I share with you in this masterclass are things that most program creators are not doing. So just in the hour that you spend with me in this masterclass, you will already be years ahead of most program creators, which is why they are secrets and only you will learn them. Now, in this free masterclass, you will learn how you can use signature programs to create time and financial freedom, regardless of audience size or your current stage of business, as in you don't even have to have a business yet to start working on your signature program, because what better way to kick off your business than with this like amazing impact making, money making machine. So doesn't matter what stage of business you're in. You will also decide on a profitable, impactful program topic that will excite both you and your clients. You'll uncover the 5 secrets that most program creators never learn that will sell your program out without having to quote unquote sell anything. You'll master the ingredients required to create an irresistible offer that makes your program stand out from the crowd and have your dream clients begging for a spot. And determine whether adding a signature program is the right model for your business and how to make it actually come to life with Signature Program Lab. So, my friends, if you are ready to take what you know, which remember, you have that inside of you already, and turn it into an impact-making, message-spreading, freedom-inducing, income-producing machine, then be sure to sign up for my free masterclass, 5 Secrets to Creating a Signature Program that Sells Out. I think that you all know this by now, but let me remind you, signature programs are the best way to do what you love and help more people while also creating more time and financial freedom for yourself. So friends, head to ShawnMynar.com/program masterclass to register for the masterclass. You can find a time that works best for your schedule and get it done. It's only an hour and it will be a fun and informative hour, some self-care time, some time for personal and business growth. Head to ShawnMynar.com/program masterclass to get your spot. So that's a great place to go if you want to learn more about signature programs, how they work, who they're for, and how to actually make them successful. But if you know that you want a signature program and you know that you need help to make it the best, most successful program it can be, then guess what? I have another announcement. The doors to Signature Program Lab are officially open to the public. SPL is my proven step-by-step system to create, build, design, launch, and sell your very own signature program. We go all the way from brainstorm, as in what the heck am I even going to create a program about, all the way to beta launch, which is like, hey, I just sold out my first group. We do it all together in Signature Program Lab. It is a go at your own pace system, and you have access to everything inside Signature Program Lab for life. So you can take the time that you need to create the program that you really want to create and then continue to create program after program after program when it works best for you because of that lifetime membership and because of that go at your own pace style. You probably already know by now that I am obsessed with signature programs. I love them. I am hooked on them. They are the only thing that I've done in my business since 2017 when I officially launched my very first signature program. It's all I've done ever since. And after working so closely with so many entrepreneurs over the past few years, I realized something. This dream business that most of us are working towards, most of us desire, it all looks pretty similar. This big impact, helping more people, but also having freedom and flexibility in our own lives, having an uncapped income potential so that we can have financial freedom as well, the ability to make your own schedule, the ability to work from anywhere, the ability to take months off at a time if you really want to, the ability to make money while working less, the ability to live life and have time to do what you want to do while still having a successful business. I think in that list, most of us have some of those as our goals and our dreams, right? And for me, I just keep thinking, I know how to do that. I've done that in my own life, and I keep doing it over and over again. And once I realized that and realized there was this big desire and there was a way that I could help people get that dream business and get that dream life, I knew I had to do something about that. I knew I had to put it all in one place. And so in Signature Program Lab, it's not only the instruction on what to do and why so that you can create your own signature program, but it's also like all the tutorials on how to do everything and every single template and calendar and plan and spreadsheet that you will ever need to make it happen and stay organized in the process. These are things that I have used and still use to this day in my business, and I am now just opening the doors and letting you all in to everything I do behind the scenes for my programs so that you can do the same. I am so proud of this program. I am super excited to see all of the amazing signature programs that come out of it. I'm excited to get to know you and your programs better. I'm excited for the community we're going to build. It's just going to be great. It's going to be so much fun, and I hope to see you inside Signature Program Lab when you're ready. If you don't want to wait any longer to create this business and life of your dreams by way of a signature program, then head to ShawnMynar.com/signature program to enroll in SPL and get immediate access to get started on your program today. That's ShawnMynar.com/signature program to enroll. All right, my friends, I will leave it at that for today. Remember, free masterclass, ShawnMynar.com/program masterclass. Sign up and register. It's free. Why not? You get to learn a bunch in just an hour. And ShawnMynar.com/signature program if you're ready to get started on your own program. And until next time, take care. If you're like most of my clients, you followed your passion for health, got your certifications, did the trainings, and now you're excited to have your very own thriving, impactful wellness business. But how do you actually do that? It's a common position to be in, especially in the wellness space, because no one teaches you this whole business thing along the way. This trend is exactly why I'm here, a passionate nutritionist turned business coach for wellness professionals, because I'm done seeing wellness practitioners continue to play small in their business simply because they don't know the right steps to take. If you're like most wellness pros out there with a dream to start their own impactful, freedom-filled business, you've probably spent hours trying to build your website, figure out what the heck to post on social media, and taking all the courses to try to get confident in what you're doing. Or maybe just the thought of all that sends you into a puddle of stress and overwhelm. Good news, you don't need a perfect website, a killer Instagram strategy, or to be an expert to have an impactful and successful business. What you do need is a plan. The Wellness Business Blueprint is the jumpstart you need to plan, prepare, and execute on your passion for helping others without that sinking feeling of overwhelm. Because this isn't like the other stuffy, boring business plans out there. The Wellness Business Blueprint is centered around you. What feels good to you? What's right for your business, your dreams, and your lifestyle? What keeps you in alignment and your energy flowing? What allows you to stay sane and stress-free and excited in your business? Because building your dream wellness business starts with a plan that works for you. This free 15-page printable workbook will take you through my signature Flow and Grow business framework so you can create your own business vision while gaining clarity, structure, and a solid plan to move forward. Download it today and get started on your business blueprint. Head to ShawnMynar.com/WBB. That stands for Wellness Business Blueprint, and get started building your dream wellness business today. Again, that's ShawnMynar.com/WBB.